Hey guys, welcome for another fun flip through plus pick a card reading. We have here this lovely Anima Mundi tarot deck, and it's by Wyreweden. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. It's actually a total of 70 cards, so obviously we're not going to do a complete or full flip through because that's going to eat up a lot of time. As for the reading, we're going to ask Spirit, what do they tell others about you? If you want to skip the entire flip through, you can just click on the timestamps below, or you may also join me. I'm just going to show you some of the cards from this Anima Mundi tarot deck. And first off, let me actually show you this really cute small black booklet or the guidebook, which will show you the meaning of the cards. Alright, so let me just put this aside. And as for the deck, what I really love about this is that it looks so elegant. Look at that. I love the cards. I love how elegant it looks, as well as the feel. I love the matte feeling of the card. And it's not so big, because usually the cards that I use are also big and thick that it's so hard to shuffle it. But this one is just perfectly fine. So yeah, let's actually give it a quick shuffle before we actually do the flip through. Again, we're not going to do a full flip through because that's going to take a long time. I'm just going to show you some of the cards. Alright, we have here Page of Pentacles. Look at that. So cute. Next we have here King of Swords. I love the artwork. Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, Page of Cups, really cute, Justice, Ten of Cups, Two of Swords, Eight of Swords, the Star. Very nice. Five of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. The Moon. I love the artwork. It's really awesome. You got your Nine of Wands. We have 10 of Wands. 5 of Wands. Look at that. Page of Swords. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's so gorgeous. Nine of Pentacles. I love the artwork. And then we have here 8 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. Aw, it's a cute bunny. 9 of Wands. 8 of Cups. 2 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. The World, the Fool, the Emperor. Wow, the Empress. Very beautiful. It's so elegant. The Tower, Nine of Pentacles. We have 6 of Pentacles. The Hermit. Wow, look at this. Queen of Wands. Temperance. The Lovers. Very beautiful. I just love the artwork. Okay, let's just actually pull up 3 more because we're not going to do a full flip through. We have here the Hangman. Oh my gosh, look at that. 2 of Cups. Very beautiful. And the last card you got here, 4 of Cups. Nice. I so love this deck. I love the images or the artwork. Alright, so let me just put that aside. And again, the reading is all about what do they tell others about you, okay? Before we get started, let me show you the options. This is group number 1, and that is Tiger's Eye. Group number 2, we have here Yellow Aventurine. And group number 3, we have here Sodalite Crystal. So those are the options. Look closely, use your intuition, not your eyes. And again, this will not resonate for all of you because it's a general reading. Hey, yeah, group number 1, you chose the Tiger's Eye Crystal. Let's see, what do they tell others about you? Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group number 1. Alright. You have here 9 of Pentacles. Okay, we'll get that. You have 6 of Pentacles. You have 3 of Wands. Okay. You have here Knight of Swords. Okay. Oh my god, look at this image. It's really gorgeous. Very beautiful. The High Priestess. And for some reason, it kind of like reminded me one of the album covers of one of my favorite bands, Deftones. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, we got the High Priestess. Let's get another one. And you have here 3 of Cups. Very gorgeous. At the bottom of the deck, you got here Queen of Wands. Alright, this is very nice. So I'm definitely seeing here a lot of earth energies. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And I'm also seeing fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And if it's actually water, I'm seeing here Pisces, okay? If it's earth, by the way, it's a strong Virgo. Alright, so what do they tell others about you? What this person is actually telling others about you is that you guys are actually, you know, different in some ways. That's also what I'm getting. Maybe there's some differences, whether it's opinions or perspective. But I'm also seeing that maybe you and this person are from different countries as well, or different race, or different culture, okay? So maybe some of you guys are just, you know, connecting through online, or you guys just met online. It can also be that. For others of you, there is that distance between you and this person. You might be at a distance, or geographically at a distance from each other. That's really what I'm getting for others. And some of you are actually not yet a couple. You guys are actually, you know, friends, or you guys are having some feelings for each other, but you're not yet there. So only take what resonates, because there's a lot of scenarios that I'm picking up here. Some of you guys, you had a relationship with this person, or there's a romantic relationship between you and this person. Because some of you guys, this is probably just a friend, okay? For others of you, this person is somebody that you're also in love with, but you guys are not yet in a relationship. So I'm getting a mixture of energies or scenarios. Only take what resonates. But what they're actually telling others about you is that you are a very independent person, okay? They also tell others that you're actually very much concerned with your money, or you're very much concerned on how to grow your money. Some of you guys are also business owners, all right? So maybe they're also telling other people or family members that, oh, this person is really good when it comes to business. It's like they have this Midas touch, like whatever it is that they touch, they turn it into gold. That's also what I'm hearing for some of you. They tell others that you are a very independent person, you're actually really hardworking, you have the ability to grow your money, and that you're thinking of ways to actually earn money either through business as well, or online business. I don't know why I'm hearing a lot. Oh my gosh. Hold on. And then I'm also hearing that they also tell others that you are a very generous person, you're a very giving person, and that you're also very family oriented. And they also, tell others that you are this Queen of Wands, which is good. Queen of Wands is somebody who's actually also very independent, somebody who is very confident as well. They know what they want, so they also, tell others that you are this Queen of Wands who knows what she wants, or if you're a guy, just flip it. Another thing that they tell others about you is that you know how to have a good time, all right? Or they love spending some time with you, or that you guys actually started out as friends. Others, I'm hearing that they're telling, their friends as well, or family members, that you guys, are having, a lot of good times, drinking or hanging out, or you're fun person to be with, very lively. That's also what I'm getting. However, for others of you, I'm getting another energy, a different energy here, that what they tell others about you is that you are a very strong individual, you are very independent again, and that you're very mysterious. So they're telling others that this person, the viewer or group number one, is actually very mysterious. Like there's a lot of things that they're not, sharing everything. They're not showing everything. It's like there's that air of mystery about them. And they also tell others that you are actually very wise, and that there's a lot of, experience. Maybe you are much more mature than this person. It can also be that. Or they see you as a person who had a lot of experiences in life, okay? And you are a person with a lot of, wisdom and intellect. That's also what I'm getting here. Very intellectual. So yeah, very beautiful. I love how they're actually, telling others about you. I could sense that this person really admires you, whether you guys are actually still friends, or this is a romantic partner, or this is a coworker. I'm picking up a lot of energies. I can't believe this. But yeah. I'm also getting here that they also tell others that you are very wise. Like, nobody can outwit you, especially when it comes to money. That's something very specific. I don't know, but I'm hearing that very strongly. All right, let's see what else. What do they tell others about group number one? Okay, let's take a look. Wow, you got your blessed. And you have here breathe. Nice. Very nice. So what they tell others about you is that you are a blessing to their life, or it can also be that they are letting others know that you have a lot of blessing, or that you're very blessed. Okay, maybe because of, the money that you have, or that you were able to achieve something in life. Because again, the Nine of Pentacles is somebody who is very successful as well. Somebody who is really successful when it comes to their money. And I'm also hearing entrepreneur. So again, business. I'm hearing business, all right? So they're actually, telling other people that you're a successful business person, or businessman or woman. And that they're also telling others that you are so busy that sometimes it's hard for you to, find a time for yourself, or find a time to relax. That's actually the message that I'm getting with this breathe card over here. But for others of you, I'm hearing that they also tell others that you are a person who's very grounded, right? A person who's actually very relaxed, or you try to balance everything as much as you can. So yeah, very positive, very beautiful energies here about how they talk about you to others. Nice. Let's see. What else are we going to pull up? What do they tell others about you? Group number one. Okay, you got your conflict, defeat. And then you have here, whoops. You have here, sacral chakra. Okay. All right. So what I'm actually seeing with these two cards about what they tell others about you is that maybe for those of you who are actually in a romantic, connection with this person, maybe they're actually, telling their friends or closest friends that there was a conflict that happened between you, okay, and this person, and that they're also, feeling very much hopeless, or this person is probably, asking for advice or seeking help, because this is more of like with this candle, like wisdom or getting some enlightenment as well. So I'm actually picking up that they tell others that they're feeling very much defeated, or they feel very much conflicted, or that they're actually, telling their friends that you had a conflict as well, but they truly desire you. All right. So there's that attraction. So they're telling others that they still want you, or that they desire you. Wow. I'm also getting here that for others of you, what they tell their family members or their friends is that you had a lot of, challenges that you've been through, a lot of defeats, but this actually made you a very strong person, because with the sacral chakra, this is again desire. I feel it's more talking about that when you want something, you really go after it. So you're very determined, okay? You're very persistent. That's also what they tell others about you. Oh my gosh. All right. There's a lot of messages. I didn't expect that there's going to be a lot of messages. I thought it's just going to be really, simple or easy, but yeah, I'm getting a lot of messages. All right. Let's see what's next. Let's try this one. Okay. What do they tell others about you? Oh, wow. Look at this. You got your renewal rebirth. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look. You have Atlantis. Okay. Very nice. So what they actually tell others about you, especially for those who's resonating with you had a romantic relationship with this person and you guys got separated, this person is telling their friends or their family members that they still desire you, just like what I said. They have a lot of passion for you still, and that they're really heartbroken as well that you guys got separated, and they really wanted to renew the connection with you. So probably some of them were asking for advice about what is it that they need to do, okay, in order to give this basically the relationship another chance of fresh new start. For others of you with this renewal and rebirth, they're also telling others that you've been through a lot, just like what I said, just like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Maybe you're also a Scorpio as well. So they're telling others that, oh, that person has been through a lot in life, all right, but because of what they've been through, they were able to achieve, whatever it is that you already achieved right now, the success that you've achieved because of the storms that actually made you, all right, because like the saying goes, strong people aren't simply born, all right, they're made by the storms that you walk through. So that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting here, that they're also telling others that you've been through a lot and this made you very, very strong, okay, and that there's a lot of transformation, there's a lot of changes as well, because 41 4 plus 1 is 5, talking about changes. So I also feel that they also tell others that, yeah, maybe I need to change something so that this person can actually forgive me. Or, yeah, I'm hearing a lot of scenarios. I'm hearing a lot of messages. My gosh, this is something unexpected. I didn't think that this is going to be really complicated with the number of messages I'm hearing in my head. But yeah, basically they're actually telling others that they wanted to come clean again with you. They wanted to fix things. They wanted to have this fresh new start with you, especially if you guys are resonating with, yes, this is actually the romantic partner in my mind. Another thing with this Atlantis, okay, they also tell others, all right, that again, you got success. So they tell others about your success. I noticed that for group number one, your person kept on talking about how successful you are. So I'm actually getting here that this person is very proud of your achievements. They're very proud of you. They are admiring your tenacity. They're admiring your excellence. They're admiring your success. And they're very proud about that. They tell others about that. Okay. Very nice. I love this. Let's see what else. I don't know who's from Turkey, but I'm hearing Turkey. That's weird. I'm really, picking up. It's the country, okay? Turkey. That's really what I'm hearing. Anyway, let's actually pull up more. Let's get 4 cards from this deck. What do they tell others about you? So whether it's a friend, coworker, closest friend, family member, what have you. You got your student. Oh, you got gossip. Okay. You have your femme fatale. Okay. And you have your poet. Nice. Alright, let me actually put it here so you can see all of the cards. So what do they tell the people around them or others about you, rather, is that you are a person who is a fast learner. You might also be a student. Maybe this is a person from your school. If you're a student watching this and you're talking about your classmate or, yeah, a person from your school, then they're actually telling others that you are actually a fast learner, you're very studious, you're very smart. That's also what I'm, strongly picking up. And that some of them are also telling others that you have this passion for learning, okay? And you're a very wise person. Again, a person who has a lot of knowledge. And they also see you somebody who's smart. Maybe you also love reading books a lot, okay? That's also what I'm picking up. With the gossip card, I feel that this is a general reading, so maybe I'm just going to deliver whatever it is that I'm hearing. Some of you, they're actually telling others that you love gossip, all right? Or you love to gossip about other people. Others of you, they tell others, like family members or friends, that there are a lot of people who's jealous about you, all right, who's telling some nasty stuff behind your back because they're jealous about your success, about your achievements. That's also what I'm hearing. With this femme fatale, I'm actually definitely seeing here that this person is telling others how beautiful you are, that you are actually a very seductive person, whether you're male or female, all right? And that there's that very strong sensual energy, so like strong sexual attraction as well. But take a look at this woman. She is kind of like, very mysterious to me. Like she is kind of like hiding her face with this paper fan, and she's just showing her back. So I'm actually also getting this feeling of they tell others that you're very mysterious. And I told you that at the beginning of your reading, right? That you're actually very mysterious. There's that aura of mystery about you, that you're a very reserved person, or that you don't, show everything to others, okay? But you are very seductive. You might also have some tats on your back, okay? And they're saying to people that, oh my gosh, group number one, they're actually really, really beautiful. They're very seductive. They have this really, charm about them. That's what I'm getting with this card. And at the same time, I noticed there's a lot of individuals with black hair. So maybe your hair is black, and maybe they're also loving your hair as well. Okay. For others of you, maybe that's what they're telling. Oh, she has a very lovely hair, or he has this really gorgeous hair. So yeah, what else? We got here the poet. So I'm actually picking up here that what they tell others about you is that you are a person who is actually very expressive. So whenever you actually, get upset, you really try to speak your mind. That's also what I'm getting. I don't know, I'm reading it intuitively, like you speak your mind. But they also, tell others that you are actually very expressive. Okay, that's also what I'm getting, or creative as well. That's also what I'm picking up. Yeah, I'm drawn to the black hair. I noticed that there's a lot of, women here who has black hair. So maybe your hair is black. It can also be reddish brown. I'm picking up reddish brown too. Wow. All right. Let's see what else. Let's try to pull up more. What do they tell others about you? You got your cave, sanctuary. Oh my god. You got your hostilities. And look at this, victory again, just like what I told you, right? Success. I noticed for group number 1, your person kept on talking about your success and how proud they are about your success. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Let's try this deck. Pay attention to the red flags. Okay. You have here come to life. Okay. And then you got here 4 of hearts. Alright. So, what they actually tell others about you. Now I'm hearing, again, a lot of messages, a lot of scenarios. So only take what resonates, but some of them were already discussed. It's kind of like, just like a validation from spirit. Some of them, they're telling others about you that, again, you're a very secretive person, okay? Or that there's that aura of mystery about you, that maybe you're not expressing everything or you're not showing everything. Or they're actually telling others that, oh, group number 1, when they're actually mad, they tend to retreat to their cave. It's like, it's hard to, kind of like contact them. I'm hearing communicado. So maybe they're telling others that whenever you get into an argument, let's say, or whenever you're pissed, you kind of like retreat into your shell, and it's kind of like hard to reach out to you. All right, that's also what I'm getting. But for others of you, it's more about the mystery. Like, there are some things that you're just hiding, okay, that you're not really showing everything. Because I noticed they have a lot of cards about mystery, okay? A person is very secretive. A person who is very mysterious, just like what I said, okay? So I'm actually picking up that's what they're telling others about you. With the hostilities, I'm actually getting here that they tell others that maybe you had an argument with this person. There were some conflicts, okay? And they're kind of like scared. They don't know if you are still, willing to get back together. other, or if you're still interested in them. That's also what I'm hearing for some of you. And then you got here the victory. So I feel that they actually tell others that you won. Okay, whenever you guys get into an argument, you always win. Maybe that's also what I'm hearing for others of you, that maybe you always, win in an argument, like you don't want to back down. Also getting it as something that is not so positive, because some of them are actually telling others that you don't want to admit defeat, or you don't want to accept mistakes, and that you should always be the one who's going to win the argument. All right, so take what resonates. There's a lot of messages here. Oh my god. And then I'm going to read this intuitively with this come to life. So some of them, they're actually telling others that you bring color to their life. The reason why I said that, because it's actually black and white, but I noticed that she's actually, holding a paintbrush. So I'm actually, getting here that they also tell others about you, that you brought color to their life. All right, when you actually step into their life, rather, you bring color to their life. Maybe before, they're actually really sad, they are feeling very empty, but you actually brought some life to them. That's really what I'm getting here. And for others of you, you might be a person who's very artistic or very creative. So that's also probably what they're telling others about you, that, oh, group number one, they're very successful, they're awesome painter or artist, or they're really, good at what they're doing, things like that. And then we have to pay attention to the red flags. So one of the things that they're also telling others about you is that you are actually very careful, okay? You don't easily open up, or you don't easily trust anyone. Okay, so that's also what they're telling others about you. They are very, a bit defensive or very careful. Wow, there's a lot of messages. My gosh, I never expected this reading to have a lot of messages. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, that's actually what I have for you, group number one. But before we wrap things up, let me actually pull up some charms, initials, and numbers. How about that? For some additional clues. All right. Let's start off with the charms. Okay. As usual, we'll start off with the alphabets. Let me just separate the charms. Okay. Another Z. All right. So let's start off with the alphabets. You have here the letter F. You have the letter B. You have the letter S. Letter F again. Next, you have the letter A. You have the letter Z. You have the letter L. Letter K. Letter N. Letter G. Letter Z. Letter T. Letter X. Letter H. Letter V. And the last one is letter Z. All right. So those are the alphabet's letters. It might spell out the nickname. And again, for this reading, this is not just about this person. This might also be yours. Okay, so both your person and your maybe your middle initial, your last, or your first name. Okay, so it's for both of you. All right. And then when it comes to your charms, you have here angel. Wow. So maybe some of them are telling others that you are an angel, okay? And that, yeah, you're very artistic, or probably you love music, or the both of you love music, or you're both musicians as well. It can also be that. You also have here heart, so they really do love you. There's a lot of love. And then you got your toxic symbol, so maybe this is more talking about the toxicity in the connection, or there's a lot of things that you've been through as well, which is why you're very careful or very guarded. You have the tree of knowledge. Again, they really tell others that you're very knowledgeable. Okay, with this key, you really wanted to uncover everything, like you tried to seek for the truth. And then you also got here this maple leaf, so maybe there's something about autumn. Maybe you guys, broke up, autumn season, or you met during autumn season. I'm also picking up Canada for some of you. You also got this mermaid, so they really see you as somebody who's very gorgeous, very mysterious, because the mermaid is, turning her back, like, very mysterious. Again, there's something about your back. I noticed that. And maybe you also have a tattoo on your back. That's also what I'm getting for others of you. And then you got here the peace symbol. So definitely this person wanted to create peace. If you guys had hostilities, you got that card earlier, or you had a conflict, this person really wanted to, make some peace, or to have peace in your connection again. So maybe they're confiding or asking, some advice from their friends. All right, let's see. Let's try to pull up some numbers for additional clues. So again, the numbers, they just work exactly like the initials. These numbers are going to be really significant, not only for your person or this person that you have in your mind, but also for you. For instance, you have the number 30 here. So maybe you are 30 years old, things like that. Let's see here. Start off with... Okay, let me just push this aside. All right, you have the number 5, you have the number 2, you have 0, another 0. So hey, maybe 2005, maybe you guys have been, friends, or you actually met year 2005. It can also be that. You have number 3, you have number 1, you have the number 9. Okay, what else? Number 6, you have the number 3. You have the number 2, number 5, number 6, 0, 0. A lot of numbers. Wow, you have 2, and then you have another 2, and the last one is number 4. Look at that. You have 200531963256. 00224. So just like what I told you guys, you can just take a look at those numbers. This will be significant for you and the person that you have in your mind. It might be if this is a romantic partner, maybe you guys actually met year 2006, let's say, or 2009. You can also you have 200 and we have number 9 over here, things like that. Or somebody's 31 years old with this 3 and 1. It can also be your birthday, all right? Or the day that you guys broke up, things like that. All right. So those are your charms, numbers, initials. I hope this reading, gave you a little bit of a clue or some clarity about what do they tell others about you. All right. And thank you once again for joining me. I'll see you again on the next Pick a Card. Bye-bye, guys. Hello, Group 2. You chose yellow, Aventurine. Let's see, what do they tell others about you? Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group number 2. You have here Knight of Wands. Okay. Next, you got here 5 of Pentacles. Alright, you have here Queen of Pentacles. You have here Four of Cups. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's actually get that real quick. It went over there, so I need to pause. Hold on. Alright, so you have here Page of Pentacles. Okay. Very interesting. A lot of earth energies. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. See here? Wow, another Pentacles energy. 9 of Pentacles. Okay. This is really interesting. Again, I'm seeing a lot of Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and I'm also getting Sagittarius if it's actually fire. All right, so what do they tell their friends, family, or others about you? What they tell others about you is that they actually, you know, tell them that you're a very loving person. You're actually very generous as well. You're actually very motherly, very nurturing, very caring, okay? You also love, you know, animals or small animals. That's also what I'm getting. And you just love to take good care of people as well. That's what they tell, you know, others about you. They also tell others that they love how you are so independent, okay? And that you are a very freedom-loving person, that you don't necessarily, need somebody to always help you all the time. It's not like you don't want to receive any help from people, but they're telling others that, oh, group number 2 is very independent. They do things on their own. Like, they really, work with less supervision. So if this is a coworker, that's what they're going to say to others. And another thing that they're also saying about you is that you are a person who is actually very, very giving. That's what they're saying. They're actually saying that you're very giving, you have a big heart, and that you are actually a person who loves to learn a lot from your experiences or from other people's experiences or from things, okay? Another thing that they're also telling others about you, let's go back to you are a very freedom-loving individual, because I'm drawn to this Knight of Wands, and look at that rabbit. So that rabbit is actually, free, like hopping around, free on their own. So I'm getting that they're telling others that you are a person who enjoys your freedom. You love your freedom, all right? Because Nine of Pentacles is a single person, okay? So for a lot of you, maybe you guys, if you guys were actually talking about a person from your past, then maybe there was already an ending between the both of you, and they know that you are actually good on your own. Like, you're not necessarily looking for a partner. Another thing that I'm actually, hearing is that they tell others about you that you are not a very clingy individual. You're not a needy person, okay? Just like what I said. A person who's good on their own. Not to say that you don't want a relationship, but you're also just good on your own. Like, you're enjoying your being a single person, That's also what they say to others. Remember, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, because there's a lot of scenarios, there's a lot of messages. For others of you, if this is a romantic partner, and there was an ending because you got your 10 of Swords, I feel that this person is telling, others that they're actually guilty. They're also saying that it's kind of like they're feeling bad about how they treated you. Maybe this person also ghosted you, or this person actually just stopped communicating. I'm getting a lot of scenarios, but they're actually telling their friends maybe, or a close friend of them, of theirs rather, hearing that they're saying that you are so good for them. You're so good for them. That's really what I'm hearing. Maybe you are also dealing with a person who's also not wanting to be in a committed relationship first. Like, they're not really in a rush to be in a very committed relationship or a deep relationship. So let's stop with that, because I'm hearing that very strongly right now, that you've been dealing with a person who's like that, and for some reason they couldn't offer you a commitment, and some of them even ghosted you, and some of them even tried to stop communicating with you, like they didn't answer to your text message. That's also what I'm hearing. And they're probably just talking to one person. On that scenario, I'm hearing that they're just talking to one close friend of theirs. Yeah, that they're saying that I feel bad. I feel bad that I did that to that person, because that person is actually really, really nice. That person is really good, and I feel so bad for treating that person that way. So I'm getting a lot of messages, again, just like group number one, a lot of scenarios, a lot of messages, a lot of energies. So somebody is actually feeling left out in the cold. So if this is actually them who left you behind, I'm actually picking up that they're feeling very guilty, all right? And it's also because this person is kind of like not sure yet if they're ready to be tied down. For others of you, I'm actually getting that they're telling, other people or a friend of the of this person that you are, a very, patient. That's what I'm hearing. A very patient individual. You might be dealing with a person who's younger than you, or might be less mature than you. So maybe you're much more mature than this person, but they're actually saying to their friends or their family members or a close person that you've been very patient with them, okay? And that you are actually, more experienced, that you have a lot of knowledge. And I feel that this person is feeling also less confident about that, especially if you're a woman. So I'm hearing like this person's kind of like insecure, that they feel that you have a lot and that they can't offer you what you want. So I'm getting a lot of scenarios. My gosh, this is crazy. I'm getting dizzy with the amount of information that I'm getting. So only take what resonates, because I'm getting different scenarios here. Like I'm really picking up somebody is actually saying that you guys are actually, there's a huge age difference. Some of you guys are actually already a mother, just like this Queen of Pentacles. Like you're already a mom, you probably already have a kid, and this person is wanting to be free. They're not sure yet if I'm ready to build a family with you. That's the energy I'm getting. And I feel what they're telling their friends or their close friend is that they feel so bad for deserting you, all right, for not being able to man up or just really, tell you everything, like be very open about why they just stopped communicating with you or why they're actually in and out of your life, because they can't tell you that, hey, I'm actually not ready yet. So I'm getting that very strongly for some of you. So I don't know. Wow, there's a lot of information. Hold on. And some of you, I noticed that there's a bunny over here, and I love my bunny. I actually have a bunny already, but my bunny, the new bunny, is actually very, very shy. So yeah. But yeah, you have here two bunnies. So bunnies are actually also very flirtatious. They're also very gentle and sweet. So probably that's also what they're telling others about you. You have this very sweet nature, but you're also very fragile, just like a bunny, because bunnies are actually very gentle animals, and they easily get scared or anxious. So I feel that they're also telling, their friends or their family members that maybe they're so guilty about hurting you because they see you as a very fragile person, just like the deer over here. Somebody's actually very nice, very good, very pure. That's really what I'm getting. So I feel that some of them felt as if they betrayed you as well. Oh my gosh, why is it that there's a lot of messages that I'm hearing? Hold on. I can't believe this. I never expected this reading to have a lot of messages. But yeah, just take what resonates because I'm just going on and on and on and on. And then some of them are even saying they are not sure whether you are still going to be interested because maybe you got sick and tired of them because they are in and out of your life. Yeah, but some of them they're scared to tell you as well that they really can't be in a much more deeper relationship with you because somebody really wanted their freedom. Okay, you can also switch that maybe you are the type of a person who enjoys your freedom too, because I heard that as well, that you are very independent and you don't really rely on others all the time, you're not very clingy. Okay, but somebody's very guilty that they actually kind of like, yeah, like hurt you with this Ten of Swords. It was a painful loss, it was a painful ending, and they felt as if they just betrayed you. Okay, all right, I'm hearing this very strongly again. Oh my god, I can't believe the amount of messages. Somebody's saying that this person is actually married. Okay, and they are actually very guilty because they felt as if they just ran away from you without, giving you any explanation, without even telling you why I have to go. Whoa, all right. So, yeah, because I heard ghosting, really. Like, suddenly this person just stopped communicating with you. You never heard back from this person. And some of them, you are aware that they're married, but all of a sudden they just stop communicating with you. And they feel very guilty because it's as if they shut you off and you felt betrayed. That's also what they're saying to their friends, closest friends, or family member. Oh my god, there's a lot of messages. I can't believe this. Let's move on. All right, it's just like group number one. There's a lot of messages. This is crazy. Okay, so only take what resonates, all right? Let's see, what else? Let's try this deck. What do they tell others about you? Oh my god, you got all that glitters. And you have your building blocks. Okay, let's stop with that. So I'm hearing, again, a lot of scenarios here or messages. But what is very strong right now that I'm hearing with this all that glitters, they also tell others that there's a lot of things that you're just hiding inside. Like, you might be, appearing as if you're good on the outside, you're okay on the outside, but there's a lot more inside that people do not see. All right. So maybe this is a close friend, if not a lover of yours, who knows you a lot, because this person is telling others that, yeah, this person, if you look at them, they are kind of like they're good, they're okay, they are actually not experiencing any problems at all, but you just don't know. Deep down, this person has a lot of things going on inside. That's really what I'm picking up very strongly with this card. And for some of you guys, this person is kind of like, telling, their friends or their family members that it's hard for them to tell you the truth. Okay, maybe this is also them, that they weren't very open with you. They probably were not able to express everything and they just left you behind without any explanation. And yeah, because I'm hearing somebody's very guilty for not being able to speak the truth, or for not being able to communicate again with you, that they just stopped communicating with you. So only take what resonates, all right? And with this building block, some of them, they actually are telling their friends or family members that they wanted to build things again with you if given a chance. They wanted to build a much more solid foundation in your connection. Some of them are also saying that you are a person who went through a lot in life, but you were able to build yourself back up again. Maybe for others of you, I'm hearing business, like you actually had a very major loss of money. I don't know, business is what I'm hearing. And they're also telling others that you were able to, yeah, build yourself up again, start from scratch. Wow, that's specific though. I don't know who is that for, but I'm hearing a lot of messages. My gosh. All right, let's move on. There's a lot of messages. I didn't realize this. Okay, let's see. What do they tell others about you? Let's take a look. You have here third eye chakra. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Some of you guys are even psychics, alright? Or they are aware that you have this ability. Or they're just saying that you're very intuitive. You're very, yeah, psychic. That's actually what I'm getting very strongly. That's what I heard. So maybe you're a psychic watching this. And they're aware that your third eye chakra is also open. So maybe they're telling others that, oh, group number 2, this person, you know, do you know that this person's third eye is actually open? Because that's what I really heard, honestly. No kidding here. But not for all of you, obviously. But this person's also telling others, maybe a close friend, about that. And then for others of you, they're also telling, you know, their family members or their friends that maybe, you know, they're seeing things a lot more clearly now. Maybe in the past, they don't want to see things for what it is, or they're kind of like running away. Because remember that bunny was running away? And I feel it's more about this person is running away from that. And they're seeing how they acted or how they behave. That's why they're kind of like scared that maybe if they try to reach out, that you're going to shut them off. That this time you're much more awakened, that you're much more aware, like, hey, are you playing with me? You know, things like that. Like, are you playing with me? If you were able to trick me in the past, you can just, you know, appear in my life anytime you wanted to, not this time. So I'm actually getting that. I don't know why, but just take what resonates, all right? But others of you, they're actually saying, especially if you're a psychic or you're very highly, you know, intuitive and your third eye chakra is open, they're actually telling their friends or family about that too. Wow. I can't believe that there's a lot of messages here. All right, let's see what else. Let's try this deck. What do they tell others about you, group number 2? Okay, let's take a look at that. Wow, see? Look at that. Very psychic. Oh my god. I can't believe this. This is really crazy. Alright, let's try this deck. Ooh, boy, look at that. You got Soul Cage. This is really amazeballs. Okay, so let's start off with the psychic. So this is a validation for me that if you are a psychic watching this, or you're actually highly intuitive, they're telling their friends or their family members or the people closest to them about that. Like, oh, this person is a psychic, or this person's third eye is open, they can see, you know, entities, blah, blah, blah. And they're probably sharing that, right, to other people too. They're also telling others that you are a very, you know, mysterious person. That's also what I'm hearing, that there's a lot of emotions just boiling inside that you weren't able to express yourself. So that's also what I'm hearing, because I actually picked up earlier that this person is saying that you have a lot of things going on inside. So a lot of people might see you as a person who's okay on the outside, on the surface, but they just don't know what's going on inside, all right? So they're also telling other people or their closest friends about that. And another thing that I'm picking up here is that they're telling others that you guys have this very, magical connection, that even though you guys are actually separate, you are still, like feeling each other, you're still missing each other. You thought that everything is over, but that's not the case for this person. I'm also hearing that with the soul cage, they're actually telling other people that you've helped them a lot, all right? Which is really awesome. That you've actually helped them a lot. Just like with the soul cage, you've rescued them from the darkness, okay? Which is beautiful. So they're really telling others that this person, tried to lift me up when I was in my lowest point. Just like this image over here, like this person is actually, experiencing a lot of dark times or moments, and you were the one who kind of like lifted them up from that darkness. So they're actually telling others that you've rescued them in some way and that you've helped them a lot. You were a big help. That's what they're saying. That is awesome, because they're really, sharing maybe to their closest friend that you brought light to their life, to their darkest moment. Okay. Wow, very emotional here. All right. And they're very grateful for that. You've changed this person, okay? You brought a lot of changes into this person's life. Maybe you are actually also possessing this natural healing abilities, that you're actually, helping this person to see things from a higher perspective, or that you were able to help them, try to get out of that very, dark moment or phase of their life. Because I'm hearing changes. You brought changes to this person. You've guided them. That's actually what I'm hearing very strongly. Wow. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Let's actually get 4 cards from this deck. What do they tell others about you? Wow, you got here the teacher. What did I just say? It's kind of like you guided them. You're like a teacher. Not necessarily that this is your profession, but you've guided them. You've mentored them. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Yeah, look at this. You got the vampire. All right. Wow, you got your goddess. Ooh, your cards are flying out. What did I say? Psychic. Look at this. This is so freaking crazy. Oh my gosh. What the freak? I just love how everything is correlating. Okay. So let's get started. What they're actually telling others about you is that you are a person with a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, a lot of skill with that teacher card. Maybe you're also a teacher, or you're a coach, or you are a person who helps a lot of people, or you try to share your wisdom to others, okay? Or you try to guide this person, just like what I told you earlier when I saw that card, okay? You taught this person a lot. You actually helped them to get out of, that very, dark place that they used to be. So again, they see you as a teacher, they see you as a guide. All right. And then with this vampire, for some of you, they're actually telling others that you've dealt with a lot of, toxic people yourself. Maybe that's why you could understand. Maybe that's why you could actually understand and feel or be more compassionate with other people who experience the same situation as yours. It can also be that. Or they're just saying that you have dealt with a lot of toxic people in the past, all right, and that you've learned a lot from that experience with this teacher. You actually learned a lot from some heavy experience in your past. With this goddess, they're actually, telling people or close friends or family that you are very beautiful. You're a goddess to them, okay? So regardless, if you're a male watching this, they're just saying how, you know, beautiful you are inside and out, okay? And that how good looking you are as well. And they're saying how, you know, you are so sensual. You have this very strong feminine energy, very sensual, okay? And then look at this, life force. Yes, exactly. That's actually what you gave to this person, right? Prana, life force. Like, you actually showed them the way, you showed them the light. That's actually what I'm getting. You gave them life again. It's like they're already dead, just like with that card earlier that we showed you, right? But it's kind of like, yeah, you rescued this person, you gave them life again. I can't believe how everything is freaking correlating. I love this. So another thing is we got here the visionary. So again, look at this woman. She's holding kind of like a crystal ball. So again, you might be actually a psychic watching this, because that's what I strongly picked up earlier, that somebody is a psychic and they're telling others or their friends that, oh, this person, wow, they're actually awesome psychic, or this person is a psychic. He or she can actually, you know, see a lot of things. They're very highly intuitive. They were able to predict blah blah blah, you know, things like that. Maybe you shared that to this person, or this person's aware of your abilities, okay? Now let's just say you're not actually a psychic, or your abilities are not that very much open, let's say, because everybody's psychic anyway. This person is telling others that you're so wise, you're so knowledgeable, you're actually a person who can think 20 or even 50 steps ahead with that visionary. All right, like you already know what's going to happen, okay? Or that you've already visioned something. What is it that you want to happen, okay? So this is truly, truly amazing. I just love it, okay? Let's see, what else? And I love how everything is matching. Okay, let's see. What do they tell others about you? Ooh. You have here reflection. You have here shape-shifting. Yeah, exactly. All right, what else? You have here second chakra archangel Ethereal. Try to pull up another one. Yeah, you got your separation. Okay. Next, you got your trust yourself. All right, let's take a look at this. Wow, this is really beautiful. All right, so I'm hearing a lot of messages and scenarios again. Only take what resonates. So let's start off with, this is actually a romantic partner. What I'm actually hearing very strongly right now is that they're actually saying to their friends or their family members or others that they've realized a lot of things during the separation or while you guys were separated, okay? That with this separation, there's a lot of self-reflection. Like they've realized about why, you know, things ended, why you guys fell apart or the relationship fell apart, okay? Why there's a lot of, you know, changes with this shape-shifting or this clouds. So I feel that this person is very guilty as well. They realized that they did hurt you, and that they've also realized that even if they try to run away, let's say this person ghosted you, they realize their mistake, but they're just scared. They're not sure whether you're going to take him back. They're so ashamed or guilty of what they did that if they really want you. That's what they're saying to their friends and family. Like, I really want this person, but because of what I did, I don't know if this person is going to trust me again. That's really what I'm hearing very strongly, okay? Now, for others of you, what I'm hearing is that what they tell others about you is that you are a person who can actually, adjust easily to changes. That's what I'm hearing. And that they're also saying that you are a person who's, again, a very go-getter. Like, if you desire something, you wanted something, you do everything to achieve it, okay? So you're very determined. And they're also saying that, with the trust yourself, I feel that they're also saying that you don't trust your abilities, okay? If you're a psychic, maybe they're also kind of like, telling others that this person's so good, but for some reason I could actually sense like they're not confident enough, or they really don't trust themselves at times. That's also what I'm getting. Or that you don't, basically, generally, you don't trust yourself, that you can actually be good at it, I'm getting confidence issues as well. And with this Queen of Hearts, definitely this person, if it's a romantic partner, they're really, telling others that they love you so much, all right? And that you have a very big heart, that you're actually, you're emotional, you're sensitive, you're emotionally sensitive, you're sensitive to the feelings of others as well, all right? But yeah, again, they have a lot of feelings for you still, even though you guys are not together anymore. And that I'm also hearing that you are the love of my life. Oh my god, that's actually what I freaking heard. I don't know, but that is really strong. So yeah, that person saying you are the love of my life. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this person is very grateful for everything you've done for them, and now they're realizing where they made a mistake. And gosh, there's a lot of messages. They realize that they made a lot of mistake, and they're so ashamed to face you. That's really what I actually heard. So maybe you haven't received any message anymore from this person, not because they forgot about you or they really are, being a jerk towards you. But it's also because of they're so guilty of what they did. They're so ashamed that they are having a hard time facing you, because they're already feeling as if that you're going to shut them off, or that you're never going to trust them again. Okay? Wow, group number 2. Honestly, I love your reading. This is one of my favorites so far. I love the energies, although I'm actually picking up that there's a lot of emotions. Okay, it's a bit emotional. But I love it. I totally love it. And this person really loves you so much. Especially when I heard, like, you are the love of my life. Oh my god. So yeah, so they're seeing you, or they're telling others that this person is the love of my life. This person has a big, big heart, and I'm such a stupid, jerk. I really heard that. That I hurt or I did all of those things to that person. She doesn't deserve it. I'm saying she because I'm hearing a guy talking, okay? Woo boy. All right, I'm drained already with the amount of messages that I'm getting. Okay, so before we wrap things up, group number 2, we're actually going to pull up some charms. Let me just put this aside. All right. Let's actually pull up some charms for you, as well as the numbers, initials. Okay. Let's stop with that. Well, you only have 3 charms. Are you kidding me? Group number 1 have a lot or tons of charms and tons of letters. But yours, you just got 3 charms. So let's start off with the alphabets. So you have here the letter P. You have the letter A. Okay. You have the letter M. You have the letter D. Okay. Letter B. Letter N. Letter T. Letter V. Letter Y. Letter L. Letter R. Yeah, might be Tyler, only missing the letter E. You know, all of a sudden I just noticed like there's a name Tyler over here, but we don't have letter E. You have letter X, and then letter K, and letter Z. Or Taylor. It can be Taylor. You're just missing letter O. But anyway, those are the alphabets or the letters. It might spell out your nickname. For instance, it's Cam, right? You know, things like that. It can actually spell out your nickname, or it might also be first, middle, last. Remember, this is not just about the person. It might also be yours, because the reading is also about you. Okay? That's why I'm also saying your nickname, because this is actually about you, about what this person is telling others about you. So it can be for you or this person, okay? So it might spell out your nickname or your person's nickname or this person's nickname, first, middle, last initial. As for your charms, well, look at that. This person is so freaking in love with you with that emoji. Aww. So maybe when you guys are actually talking or chatting, maybe this person loves to use this, or this is just a sign that they're so in love with you. Okay. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So this is talking about fate or destiny. All right. So maybe, you know, they're actually hoping that you guys are still going to be together someday. That's also what I'm hearing for some of you. Or there was a shift with that wheel, okay? Things change, because you also got here the butterfly. Or you changed this person's life. That maybe, you know, fate brought the both of you together for a reason. And that you were able to kind of like change this person, or you're a catalyst of healing or change for this person. Wow, isn't that so freaking beautiful? All right, so now let's proceed with the numbers before I almost forgot it actually. All right, let's see here. So the numbers, it's going to be the same as initials. These numbers are going to be significant not only about this person that you have in your mind, it can also be yours, okay? Ooh. All right, enough, they say. Okay. So let me just get that number. Whoopsie. All right. So you have the number 2. You have 0. You have the number 5. You have the number 6. Okay. Another 6. You have the number 4. See? You have the number 3. You have the number 1. Okay. Another 1. You have the number 6 again. Another 6. Okay. And number 2. Number 5. Number 8, another 8, and then the number 7. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, those are your numbers, all right, which is related to this person or yours as well. Okay, for instance, maybe you are actually, let's say, 41 years old, or you're 28 years old, you know, or it can be that this person is 28 years old or 27 years old. You know, we can just actually look at the combination of numbers over here. all of these are going to be, significant for you and your person, okay? For instance, as well, you guys actually broke up, let's say, last February 5, because you have 205, things like that. Or it can be your birthday, or this person's birthday, anniversary, the last time you guys talked, okay? Things like that. It can also be 1987, things like that. You have here 87. So again, just take a look at those numbers. Those are going to be, very significant for you and this person. All right, and I truly hope that you enjoyed this reading, okay? Thank you once again. I will see you on the next flip through and pick a card reading. Thank you, guys. I send you love and light. Last group, we have Sodalite Crystal for group number 3. Let's see, what do they tell others about you? Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group number 3. Wow, you got your 10 of Cups. Okay. Alright, let's see here. You have Death. Okay. Next, you have here 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So somebody's feeling left out in the cold or abandoned. All right, let's take a look. Wow, you got Ace of Pentacles. This is gorgeous. This is more of like a missed opportunity for some of you, okay? Yeah. All right. And you have here King of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, you have here 7 of Pentacles. Alright, this is actually really good. I love how everything is matching to what I'm hearing. Alright, so let me fix your cards real quick, so you can actually see all of them. I'm definitely seeing a lot of Earth energies, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I'm also seeing here Scorpio, if it's actually water energy. Alright, so what do they tell their friends, family, or others about you? They're actually, definitely saying, I'm actually going to start off with what I heard about the missed opportunity. So this person, whoever it is for, is saying to their closest friend or the people around them that you were a missed opportunity, that they actually made you wait, and that some of them, they are actually aware that they kind of like left you out in the cold as well. Maybe they thought that they can actually, just forget about you, or that they can actually put their focus on other things, and that you will always be there. Because I'm actually getting that scenario that this person is kind of like used to just coming back to you, and that you're just going to welcome them back anytime. That's actually what I'm picking up for some of you. And this person, is telling a friend. I'm actually not sure if they're telling a family member. It's more of like a friend, a very close friend, that they're saying, you know what, but I actually screwed things up. I tried to, get away from this person, or I left this person, or things ended between the both of us, and now I'm realizing that this person is my happiness. All right, so I'm getting a missed opportunity. There's a lot of regret as well from this person. And I'm actually picking up that what they're actually telling this friend or the person around them is that they wanted to come back, honestly. but again, they're not sure. All right, they're not sure. So this person is aware that they made you wait for a long time, because there's a lot of waiting energies, there's a lot of slow energies as well, and I feel that they're realizing things, and they're like, oh my gosh, I screwed up. That's really what I'm picking up very strongly on this first scenario that I'm picking up. For others of you who's not resonating with that scenario, because again, only take what resonates, because this is a general reading. There's a lot of energy scenarios that I'm picking up. I'm actually also getting that this person is actually telling others, all right, that you are a person that is bringing them a lot of happiness. Like they can actually see themselves building a family with you, because with the Ten of Cups, that's talking about fulfillment, like you fulfill them emotionally, or you are their happiness, that they are seeing themselves having kids with you someday. Because look at this Ten of Pentacles. You might be actually seeing 1010, or the number 10 is significant for you, because with this Ten of Pentacles, this is talking about family as well, or that they see you as a family. If this is not a romantic partner, then for others of you, they just see you as a family, like you guys are actually, you know, very close, and that you guys are very loyal to each other. For others of you, going back to that romantic partner, this person is actually saying that they see you as somebody that they can eventually build a happy family with, or have this long-term stable relationship with, or building a future with you. That's really what I'm seeing here. But for others of you, I'm actually picking up that this person is guilty that they made you wait, and that it was a missed opportunity. Some of you guys already just walked away from this person, and you got tired, okay, of waiting. That's also what I'm hearing for others of you, okay? Wow. Again, there's a lot of messages, just like group 1 and group number 2. I can't believe this reading. Okay. And then for others of you, they're actually also saying that, yeah, they tell other people that you've been through a lot as well, but you were able to transform, okay? Just like death. Death is all about transformation. You might be a Scorpio too. You are able to build yourself up again. That's also what they're saying to others. And that you're able to handle this change. That's also what I'm hearing for others of you. But yeah, somebody's actually guilty that they made you wait, all right? Some of them are saying as well that you are a very patient person, and that you are a person who has a very strong memory, that you can easily forgive, yes, but you'll never forget. That's actually what I'm hearing very strongly. You're also, again, telling others that you are this golden opportunity. Some of them, they regret that they missed it, okay, because they only realize when you are already gone. So again, I'm hearing a lot of scenarios and messages over here. Others of you, they're saying to their friends, family, or to the closest person that they're with, that you are a very, very strong person. You're very wise. You are a person who doesn't want to take any BS, and that you are a person who's also going to cut anybody off who's going to set, you know, or do some things that are actually not good. That's why this person is scared that maybe you're going to cut them off. So you know how to set healthy boundaries as well. That's also what this person is saying. Yeah. And they're also saying that they're scared, definitely, because of what they did to you. Maybe they actually ghosted you, or they left you behind because somebody's feeling, you know, guilty about leaving someone out in the cold. It can be you. Let's just say that's a scenario. This person is scared that if they try to come back, you're going to cut them off to get even. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Wow. That was so strong. Okay. So some of them are really scared, okay? They have this fear because of what they did. And again, they realize it too late. That's also what I'm hearing very strongly. But now they're seeing that you are their ultimate happiness, okay? Yeah, I'm not hearing anything else. Okay, so let's see. Let's try to pull up more. try this deck. As usual, what do they tell others about you? Group number 3. Alright, you actually got 3 cards. That'll be good. You have here building blocks. You have happy, happy. Again, happiness. You really make this person happy. And you have here thinker. Okay. So, I'm hearing a lot of messages again, a lot of scenarios. Some of you guys, you know, if this is a romantic partner, they're actually telling others that, you know, they really wanted to build a much more stronger foundation with you. They wanted to start again from scratch. Maybe because, again, they messed up, all right, and they're guilty about that because now they realize that you are their happiness, okay? Another message that I'm actually hearing is that they're telling others, all right, that you're a person that despite of any, you know, hardships that you've dealt with, you try to bring yourself back up again, okay? Again, a very strong person. They also tell others that you are very optimistic or that you're fun to be with, all right, with this happy, happy card, all right, and that, again, they just love your optimism. They just love your bubbly nature as well. That's also what I'm hearing for some of you. With this thinker, they're also saying to others that, oh, that person is strongly intellectual, or that person is more logical, okay? Very logical, intellectual person. Some of them are actually, you know, saying that maybe you're going to think twice if you're going to let them in, just like with this keyhole over here. That's actually what I'm getting because of what they did. So again, I'm actually, you know, seeing a lot of scenarios and hearing a lot of energies or messages about this person, about what they're telling others about you. But this is really positive because they're really telling their friends or family that you bring them a lot of happiness, and they've thought about it. They've realized a lot that they messed things up, okay? And they're hoping that you're going to give them a chance, because I'm hearing chance here very strongly, that you guys can actually build this connection again from scratch. But for now, they're actually not sure. So they're kind of like seeking advice as well. Because they're saying to others that you are a very wise person and that you're not going to just deal with any BS, and that you can see through BS as well. Wow, this is amazing. All right, let's see what else. I never expected this reading, you know, to have a lot of messages, honestly. Okay, let's see. Let's try another deck. What do they tell others about you? See, this person has a lot of regrets. My God, emotional loss. Oh my God. And here you go. You got here. Firm foundation. What did I tell you? I just love how everything is correlating again. This person has a lot of regret. You know, they're very frustrated with themselves. I feel that this person is really, you know, emotional. They might be even, you know, like crying, no kidding, like maybe whenever they talk to someone about you, they can be very emotional because they realize a lot during this separation, and they're actually saying how much they feel so angry at themselves, or they're very frustrated because they realize it too late that you are their happiness, that by the time you left that door, or you walked out of that door, and they never look back, just like this person turning their back, you know. I'm actually hearing very strongly that this person is saying that I made a mistake here and it was a missed opportunity, and how can I let go of somebody who is so nice to me, and this person brought me a lot of happiness. So again, this person is very, very guilty and very mad at themselves. Honestly, that's what I'm seeing here. They have a lot of regrets. They are not sure whether you're going to let them in again into your life. And with the Four of Pentacles, this is Four of Pentacles, by the way, this is also, you know, kind of like talking about them saying that they hope that you won't let go, all right? Or that they are having a hard time letting go. So they're also telling, this person about you that it's hard for them to let you go. Yeah, this is a very challenging situation because I'm drawn to that mountain over there. Like, there's a lot of challenges in this connection between you and this person. But again, with this firm foundation, they really wanted to build things up again. They wanted to start from scratch. But I feel that this person doesn't have, the confidence. That's what I'm hearing right now. They're actually scared, okay? They don't know whether you're going to let them into your life again, and they're afraid of rejection too. That's what I'm hearing very strongly. So that's what they're telling others about you, that, yeah, I'm scared that maybe this person, if I try to come back or try to reach out, this person's going to shut me off. So I notice that there's a lot of insecurities, there's a lot of fear from this person. But yeah, they're actually, very sad with this emotional loss, that they, lost you, that you are a missed opportunity, and they regret that very strongly. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's try this deck. What do they tell others about you? Group number 3. Okay, let's take a look at this. Yeah, there were some changes. Look at this. Weather, natural events. Let me pull up this deck. All right, so you got your freedom. Interesting. So what they're actually telling others about you, I'm actually getting a lot of scenarios again. Number 1 is that ever since you guys got separated, if this is a romantic partner, their life, all right, became so bleak all of a sudden. That's actually what I'm getting, because with the weather, it's like there were some changes with the weather, all right? Something happened. It was so intense. It was so powerful. They never... Yeah, I'm hearing they didn't see that coming, all right? So they only realized by the time, you guys are over. And what they're also saying is that, okay, I'm hearing from Spirit that they're telling, their friend, I'm actually hearing friend, that they felt so overwhelmed that at the very beginning, they're not sure whether they really wanted to have a deep, lasting, really serious commitment with you, because I feel that you're dealing with a person who is not necessarily a player, but a person who doesn't want to be tied down. Maybe this person has Sagittarius or Aquarius, or a person definitely who just doesn't want to settle down right away. And maybe you are different from this person. And then when they actually kind of like picked up that you are beginning to, feel that you wanted to deepen the connection or elevate this to the next level, they got really, overwhelmed. And so some of them even tried to ghost you, just like what I said at the very beginning, because it's kind of like, they got scared, like, hey, I don't want to be in a very serious relationship. I'm not prepared for that yet. Because maybe you're dealing with a freedom-loving individual, okay? Let me start off with that, because I'm hearing a very strong message or scenario right now about that. And yeah, when you guys finally, got separated, and you actually, got really upset because they're in and out of your life, maybe. They are actually, feeling very much worried that maybe they can't forget you, that they are not going to forgive themselves. Yeah, either. Like, it's hard for them to forgive themselves for what they did to you. And they don't know how they're going to survive this separation, too. Now, for others of you, what they're also telling others about you is that you're a freedom-loving person yourself, okay? You're a very independent person. You're actually very determined. You actually do not need or do not rely so much to others for help, or it's not like you don't need help, but as much as possible, you don't rely on others all the time. But yeah, but for a lot of you guys, this person is very guilty. They're very sad that because of this situation, because of this separation, it created a lot of chaos within them. Wow. All right. So they're really seeing your worth. Group number 3. Okay. Interesting. Let's try to pull up this deck. Let's get 4 cards from this deck. What do they tell others about group number 3? Alright, you got your scribe. I notice every card that I'm getting, there's a lot of, you know, women with dark brown hair or black hair. Oh my god, you got here the victim. Again, a woman with black hair. This is really crazy. And then you have here pioneer. Okay. Let's get the last card. You got the Virgin. Ooh. Okay. So let me actually just push it over here so you can see it. So what do they tell others about you? You might be a writer as well. Or you might be a person who's very creative. You might be doing creative writing. Or you might be blogging as well. Or you're a good writer, okay? That's actually what I'm seeing with the scribe. They're also probably telling others that you're very knowledgeable. There's a lot of, you know, information they can share to people, all right, with your experience. With the victim, okay, I feel that this is more like talking about that they are saying to others that, yeah, maybe you're feeling very like a victim because of what they did. Like, they're guilty about that because, especially if you're resonating with, yes, this person just suddenly, you know, went away, or this person left me behind because they cannot commit to me, then they're kind of like, you know, saying to others or to other people that, you know, you might be, you know, feeling like you were victimized by them, all right, and they are such a bad person. That's actually what I'm hearing. For others of you, what they're actually saying, now this is a totally different one, that they're telling others that you are a person who doesn't want to allow yourself to be a victim. So it's kind of like the opposite now. Like, you don't want to see yourself as a victim, and that you are also going to just cut off anybody who's going to just, you know, hurt you or do some nasty stuff towards you, because you have healthy boundaries, and you're never going to see yourself as a victim because you know how to put up and how to defend yourself. So I'm getting a lot of, you know, scenarios here. So only take what resonates. And then you got here the pioneer. So again, they're really saying they're proud of you about what you're actually doing. So you might be a very artistic person, or you are a writer. So they're very proud of your creative skills. They're actually saying something like, you know, this person's really smart, very, you know, bright, and this person has this yeah, I'm hearing amazing mind, you know, and they're actually really proud about, you know, your passion for doing or creating something that is very unique, or somebody who actually, you know, can come up with original ideas. That's also what they're telling others about you. With a virgin, I feel again, they see you as something, rather somebody who's actually very pure and very fragile. And again, I could hear regret. Okay, so they're actually saying to others or to this person, maybe a close friend, that I feel so sorry sorry for hurting this person, because I know that this person is actually, very nice, and I feel guilty for hurting this person because she is pure, let's say. It's kind of like she has this very pure heart, and it's so bad of me to be doing this or to have done this. Okay, so I'm actually picking up a lot, oh my god, a lot of information here. For others of you, just like what I said, this person is very guilty because of what they did, right? So they're saying that you might be seeing them as a person who actually manipulated, like they manipulated you, they controlled you, or that you are a victim here. That's actually what they're telling, their friends or their family members. But yeah, gosh, there's a lot of messages here, and this is freaking weird. You got women with black hair. So 3 women with black hair. And I notice with the body language of these 2 women, there might be also, saying that you are also very defensive, you're very protective of yourself, or you're very guarded as well. Okay. Wow. But I'm actually drawn to this Virgin card, honestly, because I really heard that this person is saying that you are so kind of like pure. It's like you are very naive. That's what I'm hearing, that they feel guilty because of what they did. Like, I feel like, so bad for doing that to this person, because this person is so fragile. This person is actually very fragile and very kind, and I can't believe I did those things to her. That's actually what I kept on hearing. My gosh, I can't believe this reading. There's a lot of energies. Oh boy, I'm already drained, honestly. Okay, so let's see here. What else? Let's move on. What are they telling others about you, group number 3? Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Look at that. Ooh boy, you got broken heart, and you got healer of the ages. Oh my gosh, I just love how everything is matching or correlating. You got release, okay. Oh boy. I can't believe how everything is matching. Okay, what else? You have here honeymoon. You know what? I love how everything is matching. I'll just explain later on, okay? Alright, let's just pull up more cards. Listening for truth. Okay. Alright. Let's get another one. Ooh boy. Let me actually grab that real quick. I noticed that your cards are also very jumpy. Okay. There you go. You got the 5 of clubs. Wow. I love how everything is matching. Okay, so group number 3, only take what resonates. There's this very strong message or scenario that I'm picking up, which is related to what was already discussed. So you got the broken heart. So definitely this person is telling others, maybe a close friend, that I am so sad. I am so stupid for hurting this person. Like, I can't believe that, I did all of those things, that I really did hurt this person, and this person is so nice to me, or that this person turned out to be my happiness. That's actually what I kept on hearing, okay? And so this person knows that they broke your heart, and that they really wanted to heal things with you. With the healer of the ages, they're actually, telling others, right, that they don't know how to repair what was broken. Like, what can I do, bud? Like, what can I do to repair everything? And they're actually afraid with this release, okay, that you totally release them, because I'm hearing a missed opportunity kind of scenario here, that they're so stupid for releasing you. Okay, that's what I really strongly heard. And they're also scared that you might be, already moving away, or you've moved on already, and that you're never going to give them a chance. That's what I heard very strongly. With this honeymoon is again correlating to what was already discussed, that for me, the honeymoon is like the early stages, right? So again, they really wanted to start again. Like, can we start again? Can we start from scratch? Honeymoon stages. That's really what I'm getting here. Can we actually go back to where we used to be? That's really what I'm picking up. They're not sure whether you're going to listen for the truth, or are you willing to listen to whatever it is that they're going to say. My God, group number 3, why is this so sad? Okay, so this person's really depressed. I noticed that there's a lot of sad cards for you guys, that this person is telling a close friend maybe that they are not sure whether you're going to give them a chance, whether you're going to listen to them, or you're going to allow them to talk, and that you're going to be willing to listen to whatever it is that they're going to say. Because they're talking about arguments here. You had a conflict, you had an argument too. Wow, I can't believe how everything is matching up. But then again, yes, this person is so sorry. This person is scared. They're actually seeking the advice of a friend. It can be a male friend that they're talking to, and they're asking, what can I do? How can I actually repair her broken heart? Because I'm actually, picking up a guy. So they don't know whether you're still going to give them a chance or not, okay? Ooh, boy. I can't believe this reading. This is actually, really crazy in such a way that I'm hearing a lot of scenarios. Well, not like 1 and 2. For group number 3, I'm actually just picking up few scenarios. With group 1 and group 2, my gosh, there's a lot of messages, okay? But for group number 3, I'm still picking up a lot of scenarios, but not as much as group 1 and 2. But then again, yeah, they actually, are very sorry for whatever it is that they did to you. So they're kind of like, telling others that they're really sad for breaking your heart, okay? They're aware that they broke your heart. They're guilty about that. They don't know if you're going to listen to them. And you chose Sodalite. This is actually communication. So Sodalite is a great crystal to work with if you're having a hard time communicating something. Okay, so again, this is correlating. Your person, or if this is a romantic partner, your person actually, is having difficulty in speaking the truth, or letting you know about what they actually, wanted to do, or what they wanted to say to you, because they're scared that you may not listen to them anymore. Okay, so yeah, there you go. That's what I actually have for you, group number 3. I can't believe that's almost 2 hours of reading. Well, along with the flip through, of course. But before we actually wrap things up, let me actually pull up some charms, initials, and numbers for you as an additional clue, okay? Okay. Wow, a lot of letters for group number 3. I can't believe this. Alright. Okay. Hold on. Let me actually just pull up some of the letters over here. Push this aside. There's a lot of letters or alphabets. Okay. All right, let's start off with the alphabets. You have the letter I. You have the letter U. Letter Z. Letter X. Letter J. Letter M. Another M. Letter B. Letter T. Letter V. Letter R. Letter K. M. O. B. D. F. A letter B, okay, another one. Y and T, okay. So those are the letters or the alphabets. Remember, this is not just about this person that you have in mind. This can also be yours, all right? Because this reading is also about you. So, yeah, take a look at those letters, those alphabets that might spell out the nickname of this person that you have in mind, or yours as well. All right, your first, middle, last, or this person's first, middle, last initial of their name. As for your charms, I notice you have a lot of butterflies. So again, changes. Yeah, transformation. There were a lot of changes. There's a lot of transformation, and I feel that this person also wanted to prove to you that they've changed, okay? And I'm also getting here with this tree. This is more of like wisdom for me, all right? That this connection taught the both of you a lot of things, all right? Because I'm hearing wisdom with those two trees, okay? Or they also wanted to grow again, to grow the connection, to build the connection again, to renew, to regenerate. And then you also have here this angel, charm. So I'm actually picking up that they actually tell others that you're such an angel. With a virgin card earlier, that's exactly it. Like, you're so pure, you're like an angel, and they can't believe how much they tried to hurt you or the things that they actually did to you. So this person is definitely guilty. I can't believe it. All right, tell me in the comment section what they did to you. Is this person that I'm picking up on, whoever it is, they're so guilty about what they did. And they see you as an angel, like, I'm so stupid for doing this to this person. That's really what I'm hearing. Okay, now let's actually pull up some numbers. So it works just like the initials. It will actually, let you know about what significant numbers, all right, is related to you and this person, okay? You have the number 26, you have 5, you have 1. All right, this is actually 9, okay? You have the number 5, you have the number 8, oopsie, and then you have here the number 6, all right? And then you got the number 9, you have the number 4, and then you have the number 3. Let's see if I'm missing anything else. Nope. So there you go. You got your 26519586943. So look at this, numbers, or these numbers, the combination of numbers. This might be of significance to you and this person that you have in mind. For instance, maybe you're 26 years old, or this person's 29 years old, things like that. Or maybe this will actually be the birthday. For instance, we have here number 5. Maybe this person's birthday is May 19, things like that. So just take a look at those combination of numbers. You can actually try to take a look about how this is going to be very significant for you or this person, okay? That's what I'm actually, seeing here for you. Yeah, what else? Birthday, the last time you guys talked, this person's age, maybe this person is actually 41 years old, or, things like that. But anyway, those are the numbers, those are the initials, and those are your charms. And again, I hope you actually enjoyed this reading. I totally enjoyed myself, and I'll see you again on the next flip through and pick a card reading, okay? Bye bye, guys. I send you all the love and the light. Ta ta.